Teen Titans Go is one of those fantastic animated shows enjoyed by kids and adults alike. Except there have been some moments which definitely weren't meant for kids. If you ever thought a scene might not be rated PG, you were probably right. We'll show you some of the most risque moments ever to appear on Teen Titans Go. Before we begin, subscribe to CBR and ring that bell to join our notification squad so you never miss a video. Without further ado, here are some Teen Titans Go moments that weren't meant for kids.
This is Raven when she was 3.
Oh, precious!
Friendship is magic. In addition to Teen Titans Go, another kid-friendly cartoon is My Little Pony, so you'd think that combining the two of them would result in some family-friendly entertainment. Well, not so much. In the episode Caramel Apples, we see the Titans getting ready to endure Father's Day. Saying that Raven has a complicated relationship with her father Trigon is a bit of an understatement. Naturally, this means she isn't eager to spend the day with him, but Starfire steps in. She decides to take her place and engage in traditional Father's Day activities with the evil Trigon. At first, Raven couldn't be happier to get out of her familial obligations, but when it looks as if Trigon is lavishing Starfire with attention, her jubilation turns to jealousy. Raven decides to deal with her anger in a mature way by playing with some of her My Little Pony's figurines. She uses the toys to reenact her issue with Starfire and has one pony call the other a dumb horse. Now, on paper, that sounds like a pretty benign insult, but the pronunciation was a bit off. The first 3 letters of horse were greatly emphasized before the s part was added. It sounded as if Raven called Starfire a word which is definitely not appropriate for children.
Now you're all part of the tower like me.
Big Brother. Unlike his friends, Cyborg is largely made of mechanical parts, which is both a blessing and a curse at times. Because so little of him needs rest, he has a lot more spare time than everyone else living in the tower. In the episode Tower Power, we see him wondering why his friends don't spend more time with him, because they're busy sleeping. At some point, Beast Boy gets soda on his chassis, which then needs to be cleaned. But as most fans know, cleaning isn't something the Teen Titans are particularly good at. Eventually, they end up simply plugging Cyborg into the tower. This creates a smart house type scenario, where Cyborg now has control over the tower. As you can imagine, this is a less than ideal scenario, and Cyborg now has unlimited access to his fellow Titans. If you think this sounds like a situation which can get super creepy super fast, you're right. Things get especially weird when Cyborg decides to check up on Robin, who has hopped into the shower to wash up. Cyborg claims he just wanted to make sure his friend didn't miss a spot when cleaning up, as if that's not incredibly inappropriate. He quickly goes mad with power as he monitors all of them all the time, including when Robin is in the shower and Cyborg shows up to look him all over and tell him whether he's missed a spot.
You blinked. No, you blinked.
Laundry Day. While we love watching our heroes beat up the bad guys, there's so much more to Teen Titans Go. We also have complex characters struggling with their own internal battles, and of course, the ever-present threat of dirty laundry. Well, what did you expect when you have a bunch of teens living together? In the episode Laundry Day, the team found itself on the wrong side of a massive slime monster. Although they win the battle, they manage to get their costumes covered in sticky slime. This means it's time for them to face their greatest enemy yet, laundry. While it's supposed to be Robin's turn, he tricks Raven into doing the job for him. Raven takes the task with her usual seriousness and rips off the costumes of her fellow heroes. All of our heroes are pretty mortified by this situation, with the exception of Beast Boy. While the others scramble to get to clothing, Beast Boy calmly relaxes in the buff. Eventually, we see him lying on his back with a magazine conspicuously draped over him. To make matters worse, it's a magazine about animals entitled Zoo. Yikes, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what Beast Boy was doing right in the living room.
Oh, bleh. Yes, the her herself.
Anatomy. When you have an episode entitled Mr. Butt, you know things are going to get inappropriate pretty quickly. The episode starts out pretty standard with Starfire's sister, Blackfire, making an appearance. Under the guise of a sisterly visit, Blackfire wants to con Starfire into switching places with her. Like her sister, Blackfire tends to be pretty focused on Robin and catches herself admiring his rear end. Now, this could have been a quick joke, but the sequence ended up being uncomfortably extensive. Really, how much of Robin's cartoon butt did we need to be subjected to? In the episode Legs, we got to see an uncomfortably sustained glimpse of another character's body. Raven is known for always wearing her signature cloak, and Robin suspects it's to blame for her negative attitude. So he and his fellow Teen Titans decide to take turns wearing Raven's cloak, which is kind of strange if you think about it. Regardless, a livid Raven soon makes an appearance, demanding her friends return her beloved cloak. But the Teen Titans are awestruck at finally seeing Raven's bare legs and proceed to positively gape at them. Considering all of the creatures they've dealt with over the course of the series, it's sort of weird they were so hung up on a pair of legs.
So, your teammates, they always eat other people's friends?
Only when they're hungry.
Aqualad. Everyone who's taken even a cursory glance at an episode of Teen Titans Go knows that Beast Boy is hopelessly infatuated with Raven. So when a rival suitor shows up, you know things are going to get messy. Raven has a reputation for being much more reserved than her fellow Titans, especially when it comes to her emotions. But in the episode Pirates, we saw her start to lose control just a little bit. The team tricks Aqualad into supplying the shrimp for their beach cookout, and at some point, Aqualad notices Raven. At first, he mistakes her for a boy, which is quickly corrected by an offended Beast Boy. Once he sees Raven with her hood off, Aqualad becomes enamored. Beast Boy misreads the situation and assumes Aqualad is trying to act as his wingman, but nothing could be further from the truth, and Aqualad ends up asking Raven out on a date. Despite her reservations, Raven agrees to go on a date with him. Meanwhile, as Beast Boy laments, Cyborg tries to convince everyone that Aqualad is secretly a pirate. After the date between Raven and Aqualad, Cyborg asks Raven if she got to see his pirate booty. Instead of glowering, punching, or making a snide remark, we see Raven giggle and blush. The booty remark was pretty suggestive, but Raven's bashful reaction put this moment way over the top.
Got my Robin? You aren't wearing any pants.
Body swap. Because Cyborg is, well, a cyborg, he has the ability to swap out his body parts with other cybernetics. So when his body needs to be scrubbed clean in the episode Laundry Day, he's pretty much just a helpless head. But if you're fretting about how he's going to get ahead in life, don't worry. He has a couple of tiny arms to help him move around. During this episode, it's revealed he also has some alternative bodies in his closet, the way most of us keep our clothes. Being able to add your head to a different body would be pretty awesome, and that's just what Cyborg intends to do here. Only apparently he forgot about the extensive array of other bodies he's accumulated in his closet. Of course, the bit starts out as expected. Cyborg hems and haws over various robotic bodies, each more outlandish than the previous one, but then he ends up encountering what is very clearly a pink feminine body. Although Cyborg acts shocked and asks how that could have gotten in there, we aren't fooled. In this day and age, Cyborg should just embrace the fact that he apparently likes to wear a pretty cyborg dress from time to time. Everyone has a few skeletons in their closet, and his just so happens to be pretty and pink.
Hey, Beast Boy! Whoop! Got your nose. Wow, magic.
Censored. As you've probably guessed by now, many things in Teen Titans Go manages to sneak by the censors, but the episode Real Magic went so far that one scene couldn't even be aired in some places in the UK. So what was so inappropriate that kids in the UK were banned from seeing this scene? Well, in this episode, we see the Titans stopping the nefarious magician, Mumbo Jumbo. With the exception of Raven, the Titans become enamored by his magic tricks, and Robin decides to try some of them out. As with most things, this does nothing to impress Raven. We then see a montage of things which most people love, but Raven can't stand. This includes riding in a souped-up limousine and interacting with a bunch of adorable kittens. Needless to say, Raven isn't enjoying herself. But then things take a rather inappropriate turn. We see a scene where Beast Boy is posing rather seductively in a bedroom. He's dressed in just his underpants, and there are candles and rose petals on the floor leading to the bed. We're sure we don't need to spell it out for you what this situation looks like. This scene was considered way too suggestive, and a number of parents registered complaints about it.
Then I do not look the hideous?
Of course you do.
Food. Many moments of Teen Titans Go aren't appropriate for kids because they contain suggestive content, but some episodes have been censored because they promote incredibly irresponsible behavior. For instance, there are a lot of episodes which involve the Titans getting sick and vomiting. In the episode Croissant, Beast Boy is going through a metamorphosis stage. Apparently, his appearance is so horrifying that it causes his companions to start throwing up at the very sight of him. That had to be a blow to the self-esteem. And the scene was cut in many places for simply being too disgusting. This is far from the only time we saw our heroes getting so ill. During the episode I See You, Cyborg and Beast Boy are singing the Stakeout song, which had some troubling lyrics. The two sing about staying up late at night and eating so much that you make yourself physically ill. That's something incredibly irresponsible to promote on a kid's show. This is another episode which was censored when it aired in the UK. Another such scene that ended up on the cutting room floor was in the Halloween episodes. A flashback is shown of the Titans being sick, and they discuss eating their Halloween candies with the wrappers still on them. We get that the Titans are a bunch of teenagers, but still, why do they have so much trouble eating normally?
There's only one way to fight money. With more money! Follow me!
Booty Scooty. Why do the Teen Titans love talking about booty so much? We may never know, but many parents had a particular issue with this episode of Teen Titans Go. The episode Booty Scooty starts out with the Titans going about their daily routines. Suddenly, Robin arrives at the tower and is frantically trying to get their attention. Instead of attending to the situation immediately, Cyborg demands Robin do the Booty Scooty dance before he opens the fence. Not only does Robin do this incredibly unnecessarily graphic dance, but Cyborg is strangely into it. He even provides music via his chest plate, and the rest of the Titans get in on the action. The dance is pretty obscene, and the fact that the Titans are all interested in shaming their friend makes it even stranger. But it's not just the Titans who are required to do this strange dance. In the same episode, we saw Beast Boy make friends with a creature he calls Freak, who comes back to the tower. Just like Robin did, he's forced to do the Booty Scooty dance at the end of the episode as well. We're not sure what this dance had to do with the rest of the episode, but we can understand why parents were shocked. The episode ended up being cut in some countries because the content was just too, quote, explicit.
The, Boy Wonder.
Crossover. Out of all the Teen Titans, Robin is probably the most well-known, even by non-comic book fans. Everyone knows him as the sidekick of Batman, and this relationship is explored every so often in Teen Titans Go. In the episode Sidekick, duty calls for Robin and he's asked to house sit for the infamous Bruce Wayne. Of course, Robin can't say no, but his fellow Titans make sure to tease him mercilessly for being a sidekick. Still, they can't resist the urge to explore the Batcave. They follow Robin and sneak in when he absent-mindedly leaves the door unlocked. Naturally, once they get inside the Batcave, they can't resist exploring and checking out all of the fascinating gadgets Bruce Wayne has at his disposal. Beast Boy and Raven are content to hang out with some bats while Cyborg tries on Batman's belt, but it's Starfire who manages to make the situation awkward. She finds one of Batgirl's costumes and decides to try it on for some reason. Robin is positively overcome when he spots her wearing it and positively gawks at Starfire for an uncomfortable period of time. He asks her to take it off because it's too distracting, but she remarks that she can't because it's too skin tight. We know Robin has a crush on Starfire, but this scene pushed it just a little too far.
I told you he wasn't a pirate.
There you have it. Do you think Teen Titans Go should be toned down? What's your favorite moment in the show? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching.